Hey everyone, I am Maddie from Stride and Edge, and today I bring you a fantastic 60-minute Vinyasa flow. So this class is going to be energizing, it's going to be sweaty, it is going to be powerful and strength building. So it's one of my favorite classes. I hope you enjoy it. It is going to be quite fast. We're going to be doing a little bit of yoga burpees and strength building, and then some nice deep stretches towards the end. You won't really need anything for the class. We may use 2 yoga blocks, but it's not totally necessary, so if you don't have them, that's absolutely fine. If you do have them, then you can go grab those now. But please let me know what you think of the class, if you enjoyed it, if you thought it was tough, if you thought you felt great afterwards. Please let me know in the comments below. I love your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel because you know we've got weekly classes, lots of classes to come. And I hope you enjoy this class. I'll see you back on the mat. Okay, so we are starting in a seated position, cross-legged if that is comfortable for you. If you want to sit on a cushion or something just to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. And then once you are there, we will close our eyes. And then just check in, making sure we're not rounding on our back. So just roll those shoulders up, back and down. Nice long neck, a nice long spine. And then lift your arms up and then just let them drop heavy on your lap. So no tension in your arms or in your hands. Just gently resting on your lap or on your knees. And then with those eyes closed, we're just starting to bring that awareness to the body and to the breath. So forgetting about anything else in the day up to now or what you've got to do after this. This is your time. And then we'll start to bring a little bit more awareness to our breath. So big breath in through the nose and then out through the nose. And again, inhaling. Maybe take another little bit of air in, letting it go all the way down into the belly. And then big exhale out. And again, inhaling. And exhaling out through the nose, just in and out through the nose. Inhale. Filling those lungs up into the belly, the chest, the ribs. Exhale it out. And we'll do a couple more like this. Big breath in. Feel your body expanding out into the room, holding that breath at the top. Exhale, slowly let it go. One more time, inhale. And exhale. From here, we'll just slowly tuck the chin towards the chest, letting that head hang heavy, stretching out through the back of the neck. And then roll the head over towards the right, stretch out through the side of the neck there, inhale. Exhale, roll it all the way back down through the center, chin towards the chest, and then over towards the left. And then back down to center, chin towards the chest. Inhale here, roll the head up, opening the eyes, lifting the arms up overhead, big breath in. This time as you exhale, take the right hand over towards that right hand side, big side stretch over. I want you to feel like that left hip is drawing down, so you're really getting that nice big curve shape in the side of the body. And then inhale here, come back up through center, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over. Reaching that hand over towards that side. One more time, inhale, lift the arms up. Find that space through the side body. As we exhale, we twist right hand behind. Bring that left hand towards the outside of that knee or that thigh. Pressing against that knee so you really feel that twist through the base of the spine. Slowly finding a little bit of a release. And then inhale, come back through center, lift those arms up. Exhale now as we twist towards the left hand behind, right hand on the outside of that knee. Sorry. Pressing that hand against that knee, twisting through the spine. Maybe you can feel a few little cracks and pops. And then inhale, come back up through center, lift the arms. As we exhale, bring the palms up the chest, elbows out wide. Bringing your hands onto your hips, working it a little bit. Bring your hands onto your knees, working into those hips a little bit here. We'll start to find some nice big circles with that body. Just a couple, whichever way you prefer. Nice big circles, getting to all those juicy parts in the hips. And then let's switch direction. Going the other way. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bringing yourself all the way back up through center. From here, I want you to take your hands behind you, just behind your hips. Now, either having your fingertips facing the front of the mat, or if that's a little bit too much on your wrist straight away, then just turn those fingers more to face the outsides of the mat. And then from here, I want you to uncross the legs, plant those feet just in front of the hips, hip distance apart. And then pressing through the hands and the feet, lift the hips up, finding our reverse tabletop position. Really press down through those hands, squeeze those hips up. See if we can get a nice flat top in our reverse tabletop. And then from here, we're going to gently start to rock a little bit forwards and backwards. If you want to, you can walk those feet out a little bit further towards the top of the mat, creating bigger space for your rock. Already working into those shoulders now, and starting to warm up through those wrists. Inhaling and exhaling. Couple more here. And then the next time we come back, I want you to straighten your legs and take your hips all the way back and through in between your arms. Try to keep the butt off the ground as you press down through those hands, rounding the back, squeeze the core, lift those hips as high as we can. Holding here, inhale. And then as we exhale, lowering it down. Let's just stretch out through those wrists. We can circle them one way and the other way. Even interlacing the hands, find this little snake action with the hands. It's quite a lot on our wrists, so we'll just release all of that. Inhaling and exhaling. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, flexing the feet, keep those legs nice and straight. As we exhale, we reach forwards, taking a forward fold. But then straight away, inhale, we roll back up, lift the arms up. Exhale, we forward fold again. See if you can reach a little bit further. Inhale, roll back up. Arms come up. So we're just finding this nice, quick movement through our forward fold. Reaching, and then pull it all the way back in. We'll do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, reaching forwards, and then this time we will stay. So wherever we can take a hold of, maybe the shins, the ankles, the feet, holding with our hands, inhaling here. Exhale, we fold. Inhale again. Exhaling to stay. And from here, slowly rolling all the way back up. Now we'll cross over at the ankles, roll over those legs. Bring the hands out in front, coming into our tabletop position. So hands underneath the shoulders, fingers spread, knees underneath those hips. Again, we'll just start to find a little bit of a rock forwards and backwards, warming up through those wrists. Inhaling and exhaling. And then finding that tabletop again, moving through our cat-cows. We inhale, scoop the belly down, start to lift the chest, lift the chin, draw those shoulders back. Exhale now, rounding the spine, press down through those hands, looking up towards the belly button. And again, inhale, drop the belly down, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding the back. Couple more like this. Inhale, moving with the breath. Find a little bit more space each time we do it. Exhale, round the back. Let's go for one more. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, round the spine. Coming back to our tabletop position now, we'll tuck the toes underneath. Start to press down through those hands, lift the knees, lift the hips up and back to your first downward facing dog. Just check in here, make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Have a little bend in the legs to start with. Really press down through those hands, opening up through the shoulders, lengthening out through the spine. Take a big breath in and exhale. From here, we're going to inhale, rock forwards into our high plank position. So squeeze that core, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, drop the knees down, keep that core tight as we take a chaturanga halfway down, elbows back. And then all the way onto the belly, untuck the toes. Inhale here, start to lift the chest into your cobra. Gently press down through those hands. And exhale, lower back down, tuck the toes, take yourself back to your downward facing dog. That's one vinyasa. We inhale, come forwards, back to our high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. You can drop the knees or keep them lifted as we lower down halfway. Flipping onto the tops of the feet, press down through those hands, find upward facing dog. Hips and legs are lifted. Exhale, squeeze the core, take those hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more time, whichever variation you want to take. Inhale, we rock forwards, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, core strong. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, just start to walk out through the feet, drawing one heel down at a time. Stretching out through the backs of the legs. And then walking all the way through into the feet, into the toes, stretching out through those toes as well. Inhaling here. And exhale. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. As we exhale, to shift forwards back to that high plank, but bring the knee in towards the nose. And then press down through those hands, rounding the back. See if we can lift that knee a little bit closer in towards, or that shin a little bit closer in towards the body. Squeezing the core. And then inhale, take it up and back, three-legged dog. And again, exhale, shifting forwards, knee to nose, squeeze the core, press down through those hands, round the upper back, lift that shin a little higher into the body, and then inhale, take it up and back. Last time, exhale, knee to nose, lift that foot a little higher, coming onto the back toes, and then step that foot as close as we can between those hands. Drop the back knee down. If we need to, we can take a hold of that ankle. Just step up a little bit higher so that knee is above your right ankle. Untucking the back toes here, we inhale, lift the arms up. We're in our low lunge. Exhale to stay. Thinking about opening up through our hips here, inhaling and exhaling. And from here, start to straighten that front leg, shifting those hips back. Bring your hands down, find your half splits. Flexing that front foot, folding down, inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhale, exhale to stay. We inhale, shift forwards, plant the foot, plant the hands, step straight back to our downward facing dog. Going through that other side, we inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, and I want you to think about rounding that back. So that's going to really find a little bit extra space for that foot to get a little higher between those hands. Inhale, we then take the up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze the core, lift the hips. Exhale, bring that left leg up and back. Inhaling here, exhale, knee to nose, squeeze the core, lift the hips. And then step that foot as close as we can between those hands. Drop the back knee down, untucking the toes. From here, we inhale, lift the arms up overhead, finding that low lunge again. Press those hips forwards. Lifting the arms, find that space through our side body. Exhale to stay. And again, inhaling, finding space. Exhale, sink those hips down a little bit more. Then we start to straighten that front leg, shifting the weight back, bring those hands down into our half split. Flex that front foot, really feeling this nice stretch in the calf, the hamstrings. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale again and exhale. This time we shift forwards, plant those hands, step straight back to our downward facing dog. Once we're there, start to walk out through the feet. And then we're going to walk the feet all the way up towards the top of the mat, meeting in a forward fold, feet hip distance apart, little bend in the legs. And then just start to sway a little bit side to side, releasing that lower back. Releasing your head. Arms nice and heavy, inhaling and exhaling. Let's roll up to standing now, rolling through each vertebrae of the spine, nice and slowly, coming all the way up. Head comes up last, and then once we get there, we'll roll those shoulders up, back and down, palms facing forwards, tucking that pelvis underneath. Crown of the head reaching upwards. Take a big breath in here through the nose, expanding out into the room, and exhale to stay. From here, bring your feet together. We're going to inhale here, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, find a flat back. As we exhale, plant the hands, step the right leg back only. Big step back. We're going to rise up into our high lunge. Inhale, lift those arms up, bending into that front leg. As we exhale, we're going to take that right hand down, all the way back down towards the mat. Keep that left arm up, finding our twisted lunge. Open that chest, inhale. As you exhale, start to look down towards the mat, straightening that front leg. Bring those hands down either side or our fingertips down in our pyramid pose. Now, if you have those yoga blocks, you can use them here, but we're not going to stay for too long. Inhaling here, finding a flat back. Exhale, we fold. Then from here, bend into that front leg, reach those hands out in front. Big step up to float the back leg up. Inhaling here, find a flat back. As you exhale, standing splits, nose towards the knee. Maybe lift that floating foot a little higher. Bringing that foot all the way back down, toes together. Once we're there, we inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rolling up, bring the arms up overhead, palms touch. Straight away, exhale, forward fold, down for the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, this time step the left leg back, all the way to the back of the mat, making sure we've got a nice strong foundation on our legs. As we inhale, rise up, high lunge. Lift those arms, bending into the front leg. Exhale, left hand comes down, finding that twisted lunge, right arm is up and opening that chest. Inhale here. Exhale, start to straighten that front leg, bring those hands down, those fingertips down either side of that shade in your pyramid pose. Inhaling here. Exhale, we fold. Start to bend into that front leg, reach the hands out in front. Big step up, float the back leg up. Inhale again, find your flat back. Then as we exhale, nose towards the knee, standing splits. Inhale, bring that foot down. We find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing, arms come up, palms touch. Exhale, bring the palms out the chest. We're just going to do that round one more time. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. A little quicker this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right leg back as we rise up, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, find that twisted lunge. Right hand down, left arm up. Open that chest. As we exhale, bring that hand down, find our pyramid pose, halfway lift, inhaling. Exhale, fold over that straight leg. Inhale here, bend into the front leg, float the back leg up. Find your flat back again. As we exhale, find standing splits, nose towards the knee. Inhale, that foot comes down, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, rolling up, bring the arms up, palms touch. Straight away, exhale, forward fold to the other side. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, plant that left foot down as we rise up into our high lunge. Lifting up, inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down, find your twisted lunge, open that chest. And then find our pyramid pose, hand comes down, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold, nose towards the knee. Inhale, reach those hands out in front, float the back leg up. Exhale, again, nose towards the knee, standing splits. Inhale, bring that foot down. We find a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, we fold. Inhale here, rolling up to standing. Bring the arms up, palms touch. And exhale, palms at the chest. Okay, from here, take your feet out wide to the width distance of the mat. Turning the toes out slightly, we're going to come down into our yoga squat. So start to bend into those legs, wiggling down nice and slowly. Making sure your knees are drawing out wide. If you want to, you can rearrange your feet, bring them in a little closer or a little further apart. And then from here, using either your elbows, the backs of the arms, or even your hands, just gently press those knees out wide. Keeping that spine nice and long, working into those hips here. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. From here, we're going to inhale, power all the way up, standing up nice and strong. Lift the arms up overhead, squeeze the glutes, press those hips forwards, and then exhale, bring the palms at the chest. So I thought we would do a little bit of yoga burpees, because I know everyone loves them. So from here, we are going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead, and as we exhale, bend into the legs, sinking down into your malasana. We'll take it slow, this first one, bring the hands down. Start to lift the hips up, we'll step back to our high plank position, 1 foot at a time. Inhaling here. Exhale, take a Vinyasa, Chaturanga halfway. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, hips up and back, find your downward facing dog. Inhale here. As we exhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat, step those feet back to the outsides of the hands, sink your hips down, back into your malasana. Once you're there, we inhale, power up, arms up overhead, squeeze the glutes, and exhale, palms at the chest. So we go again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sink down into your yoga squat. Bring the hands down, lift those hips up. Now you can step or try hopping back into your chaturanga. Inhale, we then find our upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look to the top of the mat. You can step or try hopping the feet to the outsides of the hands. Sink the hips down, palms at the chest. Once we're there, inhale, power up. Exhale, palms at the chest. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, plant the hands, lift the hips. Exhale, step or hop back through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we move quite fast. Inhaling. Straight away, exhale, bend the knees. Step or hop the feet to the outsides of the hands. Back into our squat. Inhale, power up. Exhale, palms at the chest. Inhale, we go up. Exhale, yoga squat, hands down, lift the hips. Inhale, step or hop back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. We step or hop back to our squat. Palms at the chest. Inhale, power up. Exhale, palms at the chest. We're doing 2 more rounds. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, we sink down. Hands down, lift the hips. Exhaling back through our vinyasa. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees to prepare step or hop. The feet down as we find our squat. Inhale, power up. Exhale, palms to the chest. Last round. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, sinking down. Hands come down, lift the hips. We step or hop back through our vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One breath, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the top. We step or hop the feet. Bring those hips down. Inhale, let's power up. And exhale, palms out the chest. Good job. Feeling nice and warm, let's just shake those arms and legs out. And then from here, I want you to just start off with having your feet hip distance apart. And then cross your right foot over your left foot. So you want to see if you can get your pinky toes to touch. But if you can't, then you can just have them a little bit more on a diagonal. But from here, bring your hands onto your hips and squeeze your glutes, so press those hips forwards. You can have a little bend in the legs if it makes it easier, but we're going to take a forward fold all the way over those legs. So still with those legs crossed, and then from here, bring your hands down towards the mat. Inhaling here, find a flat back. Exhale, folding over. Enjoying this little bit of a rest after those yoga burpees. Inhaling and exhaling. And then from here you can uncross the legs, rolling up to standing. And then we'll go through the other side. So cross the left foot over the right. Bring the hands onto the hips. Just press those hips forwards first. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips as we take a forward fold. You can either stay with your hands on the hips, or if you want to, bring the hands down. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. Uncrossing those legs once again. We're going to roll up to standing. And then from here, inhale, lift the arms up, interlacing the hands. Release your index fingers. So we take a side stretch over towards the right. Reaching those hands over towards the right. You can take your hips in the opposite direction, so you'll really find that big C-curve shape. And then inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, take it over towards the left. Hips can go over towards the right. And then inhale, back up through center. And release those hands all the way back down. Once again, we're going to take our feet out wide. Coming back into our yoga squat. Don't worry, we're not going to be doing any more burpees. But just sinking those hips down. Palms back at the chest, working into those hips a little bit. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And then from here, let's take our hands behind us. We're going to work into our core, everyone's favorite, I know. So we're lying on our backs. And then from here, we are going to just take your legs out long. Have your arms down by the sides, or you can either have them interlacing behind your head. We're going to start to round the shoulders, lifting the shoulders off the ground. Squeezing that core, and we start to lift the heels off the ground. So really just maybe a couple of inches, or not too high, off the ground, squeezing that core, and that lower back is pressing down into the mat. From here, we're going to find scissor kicks. We're going to do 10 to start with. We go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let them come back down. Give yourself a little bit of a break. So pretty easy, just the 10. And then now we're going to do 20. So when you're ready, rounding the shoulders, reaching those hands out, start to lift the feet, squeeze the core. Let's go for 20. We go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Come all the way down. Let those shoulders round back down. Big breath in and out. Starting to feel it now a little bit more. This round we're going to do 30. So when you are ready, we're going to round those shoulders, reach those hands out in front, lifting those feet. Let's go for 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Rolling all the way back down. Take a big breath in and out. And in and out. From here, bring the knees into the chest and then interlacing the hands behind the head. We're going to find 15 crunches here. So our crunches, we want to let the legs go out long to open up. And as we exhale, we curl it in, bring the elbows towards the knees. So we're going to go for 50. You ready? Inhale, open up. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, open. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, open. Exhaling 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhaling 8. Inhaling. Exhale 9. Inhale, open. Exhale 10. We've got 5 more. Stick with this. Inhale, open. Exhaling 11. Inhale. Exhaling 12. Inhale, open. Exhaling 13. Inhale, open. Exhale 14. Last one. Inhale. Exhale 15. Rolling onto the back. Let the legs go. Take a big breath in and out. Get the oxygen back into those muscles. Inhaling and exhaling. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Start to rock up and down the spine. Forwards and backwards. Creating lots of momentum. We're going to come all the way up to standing. See if you can challenge yourself not to use your hands. Really snap those heels in close towards the butt. So you can roll all the way forwards into that forward fold at the top of the mat. Once we're there, just swaying a little bit side to side, releasing that spine, inhaling and exhaling. From here, we're going to roll all the way up to standing. Take your time once again, head comes up. Inhale, lifting the shoulders up, back, and down. Just look at your feet, making sure that they're hip distance apart. We're going to work a little bit into a leg balance here. So finding a spot in front of you, something that you can focus on as you start to take the weight onto your left foot, coming onto your right toes. We inhale here, bring that right knee into the chest. Now from here, you kind of take a hold of the back of the knee, or if you really want to work into the core, just bring your hands onto your hips as you start to extend that foot out in front. See how high we can lift that foot up. Inhaling here, squeeze that core in. If you want that little extra support, you can hold it. And then from here, start to bend back into that leg, reach the hands up overhead. We're going to shift all the way back into our warrior 3. Take that leg back, Gaze comes down towards the ground, inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Still squeezing that core in, then bending into that standing leg. Step the toes back, we rise up, high lunge. Inhaling here, nice. As we exhale, drop the back heel down, open up, warrior two. Gaze forwards, bending into that front leg, making sure that knee's drawing out wide. We then flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, reach that arm all the way up and back, find space through the ribs, inhale. As we exhale, shift forwards, bring that elbow on top of that knee or on the inside, find our side angle pose. Top arm comes up and over, palm facing down. Keep that chest open. Inhaling here. As you exhale, look down towards the mat. Start to take that left hand towards that top left hand corner of the mat. If you have a yoga block handy, it can be really nice to place your hand on a block. But then from here, we want to hop the back foot in. Start to shift that weight forward, taking the weight onto that front hand and front foot. Opening the body up into a half moon pose. So we want that right hip to be stacked on top of the left. Right arm can go up. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Slowly take the gaze down towards the mat. Start to bring that right hand down, slow with this transition. And then we square our hips. So we've been into this pose before. Inhaling here, flat back. Exhale, nose towards the knee, standing splits. And then from here, take that front foot, that top foot, all the way back down towards the top of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing. Bring the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, palms at the chest. Other side now, start to take the weight onto your right foot. Bringing the left knee into the chest. Now again, either hands on the hips or taking hold of the back of that knee, the back of the thigh, as we slowly start to extend that foot out in front. You may notice that one side feels a little easier than the other. Inhale here, squeeze that core in, use those quads. And then exhale, bend back into the leg, lift the arms up overhead. Slow transition here as we move back into our warrior three. See how slow you can take it as you take the chest forwards, taking that leg back behind you, squeeze that core, inhaling here. Want to stay as we exhale. Slowly bend into that standing leg, step the toes back, rise up, high lunge. Exhale to stay. From here, we drop the back heel down, open up, warrior two, gaze forwards. Just checking in, make sure that knee's not falling in. Then we flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, reach it all the way up and back. Bending into the front leg, inhale, reaching, opening the chest. Exhale, side angle, elbow comes on top or the inside of the knee, left arm up and over. Keep that chest open. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Take the gaze down towards the mat. Start to reach that right hand towards the top right hand corner or on a block if you want to. Hop the back foot in. Start to take that weight forwards as you float the back leg up, half moon pose. Opening the chest, stacking the hips on top. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Hand comes down towards the mat. Slowly here we square the hips. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, standing splits, nose towards the knee. Bending into that front leg, step the toes back. Oh no, that's not right, sorry. We want to step that foot all the way to the top of the mat, my bad. We are in a forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, folding. Inhale, rolling up to standing. Bring the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, palms at the chest. From here, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, back through your vinyasa, step or hop back. Through your chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, I want you to bring your knees down. And we're coming into our tabletop position once again. So from here, we're going to work a little bit into some strength building. So what I want you to do is I want you to tuck the toes underneath, pressing down through those hands and start to float the knees off. So we're in a floating tabletop position. We need to see if you can keep your back nice and flat. Squeezing that belly button in, keeping that core nice and strong. Then from here, start to press down through those hands. Take your hips back towards your heels. So you're in a floating child. It's almost like you're in a downward facing dog, but really bending into your legs. Then from here, we're going to power through those legs, shift all the way forwards to your high plank position, shoulders over those wrists. And then exhale, bend back into those legs, take it back to your floating child. Now you can just stick with that, or we power through straight into a chaturanga. So we inhale, power through, bend into those arms, take it back through a chaturanga, and then press back down through those hands, take it back to your floating child. So this is going to work into your arms and those legs. We're going to go for 5. Are you ready? Inhale, power through, high plank or chaturanga. Exhale, back to your floating child. That's 1. Inhale, power through, chaturanga. Exhale, floating child, bend those legs. Inhale, we power through, chaturanga or high plank. Exhale, straight back to our floating child. We've got 2 more. Inhale, keep that core nice and strong. Exhale, back to your floating child. Let's go for 1 more. Inhale, we power through. And exhale, floating child here. Bring your knees down and tuck the toes. Coming back into your child's pose. Give yourself a little bit of a break here. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhale and exhale. From here, tuck the toes, take yourself back into your downward facing dog. Lift those hips all the way up and back. Walking out through the feet here. Drawing one heel down at a time. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, bend the knee, open up that hip. Trying to get that right knee up towards the ceiling, inhaling here. Either want to stay here or take a wild thing. We shift forwards, let that foot fall all the way behind. Press those hips up, open the chest. Inhaling here. As you exhale, look back down towards the mat. Bring that hand down. 3-legged dog, right leg up and back. Exhale, knee comes through towards your left elbow, your left tricep, twisting underneath. And then extend that foot out. Drop the back heel down, lift that left arm up, fall in triangle. Inhaling here, press down through that supporting arm, lift those hips. Exhale to stay. Take that hand all the way back down, bring that knee into the chest, and then step that foot through between the hands. We rise up into our high lunge. Inhaling here. Exhale here, I want you to straighten that front leg and start to fall down into your pyramid pose. So if you do have yoga blocks here, we're going to stay a little bit longer so you can use your blocks. Can be really nice. Just find a little bit extra space rather than rounding in our back. Keeping your hips nice and square, pulling that right hip back, that left hip wants to come forwards. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to find a little bit of a twist. So keep that left hand down on the mat or on the block as we start to peel the right arm up towards the ceiling. Finding this twisted pyramid pose here. You're going to want to really pull that right hip back so you feel that nice stretch through that outer hip. All the way in that IT band. Inhaling here. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Looking down towards the mat now, bring that hand down. Bend into the front leg. Plant the hands, stepping back through a vinyasa. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going through that on the other side. We inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Just feeling that left hip wanting to stack on top of the right. And again, we can stay here or option for a wild thing, shift forwards. Let that foot fall behind, open the chest up. Inhaling here, lift those hips. Exhale, hand comes back down. Everyone flipping it back. Three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Exhale, now knee to opposite elbow. And then extend that foot out towards the side. Drop the back heel down, lift that right arm up, fallen triangle. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Lift those hips a little higher. You can even take the gaze up towards that top hand. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes back down, come back onto the back toes, and then bring that left knee into the chest before we step it through between the hands. Rising up, high lunge, inhale. Exhale to stay. Coming through into that pyramid pose again, start to straighten at that front leg. Folding down, hands come down. Now either on your fingertips, or if you have yoga blocks, you can use yoga blocks. Or even if it feels nice, you can bring your hands onto your shin. I just want you to feel this nice stretch to the hamstrings, the calves. Inhaling and exhaling. Adding that twist now, keep that right hand planted on the ground as we lift the left arm up. Opening that chest, pulling that left hip back. Inhale and exhale. And again, staying here, inhale and exhale. Hand comes down towards the mat, bending into the front leg, taking a final vinyasa here. Chaturanga halfway. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, bring your knees down. Take a child's pose once again. Just stretching out through those shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. And from here, we're going to roll all the way up. And then roll onto the outside of your left hip. Bring those legs all the way out in front. And then we're going to come into our double pigeon pose. This is quite a deep hip stretch here. But what I want you to do, we've got lots of variations. So to start with, I want you to cross your legs. I want you to first cross your right to make sure your right shin is in front of your left. And then I want you to flex your feet. And then just start to bring your knees in a little bit closer. So rather than your knees being out wide, start to bring your knees in a little bit closer. And then those shins look like they're more parallel with one another. And then flexing those feet and just take a little wiggle side to side, making sure that we're really sat on our sit bones. So this is option one. So you'll really start to feel that into those hips, especially if you're flexing those feet. And then you can start to take a little forward fold, reach those hands out in front. So this is option one. Option two is then to take that right shin and stack it on top of the left. So bring the left ankle on top of the right ankle on top of the left knee, and that right knee wants to come towards that left ankle. Your knee may be up nice and high like that, and that's also absolutely fine. You can take a hold of that knee like this and start to find a little bit of a forward fold. Or maybe that knee comes a little bit closer towards that left ankle. But wherever we are, I want everyone to have those feet nice and flexed and taking a little bit of a forward fold. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Breathing into those hips, inhale and exhale. And again, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here. Inhale, take it all the way into that hip. Exhale, sink down a little bit more. And then slowly start to walk all the way back up. And then releasing the legs. Give them a little shake out if you want to. And then this time we're going to cross the legs again, but the other way. So left shin wants to come in front of the right. Same preparation, we want to flex those feet. Take those shins a little bit further away from the body and bring those knees in a little bit closer. So those shins look more parallel with one another. So again, this is option one. We can stay here or stack that left shin on top of the right, holding onto our knee or letting that knee fall down. Wherever we are, we want the feet flexed. Start to take a little bit of a forward fold. Reach those hands out in front and breathing into that hip. Inhaling. Exhale, can you fold a little more? Can you find a bit more space? It's quite a deep hip stretch, this one. So just focus on sending the breath to that outer hip. As long as you're feeling that stretch, then you know it's working. Inhale and exhale. One more breath where we are. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowly start to come all the way back up. We'll uncross those legs. Just shake the legs out a little bit in front. And then plant the feet down, hip distance apart, rolling all the way onto our backs. From here, we're going to come up into our bridge pose, this little back bend. Just make sure you can tickle the back of the heels with your fingertips. And then from here, we're going to press down through the feet, start to lift the hip bones up towards the ceiling. You can walk the shoulder blades underneath, either interlacing the hands or keeping them where they are. Really pressing down through the backs of the arms, pressing down through those feet. Keeping those hips up nice and high. From here we can stay, or if you want to try, you can have a go with lifting one foot or one foot up into the air, lifting that leg up. You're just going to notice that you'll take more of the weight into one leg. It's just an option, a bit of fun. Inhale, bring that foot down, switch it out if you want to. Bring the other knee into the chest and then extend the foot up towards the ceiling. Inhaling. And then exhale, bring that foot back down. From here, release the hands, rolling down through the spine, nice and slowly. Tip-top those knees side to side. Releasing through that spine. Now, just towards the end of this class, I'll give you an option. You can either go into a nice long Shavasana, or if you want to take shoulder stand and inversion, then I will cue for shoulder stand. Otherwise, you can just take a nice long Shavasana, let the legs go out long, and closing the eyes. So if you do want to take shoulder stand, lying on our backs, start to bring the knees into the chest, and then you're going to hop those hips up and take those legs all the way back behind us. Extend the hands out in front, palms facing down. Now I really stress not to move our head from side to side because our neck's in quite a vulnerable position here. So I want to keep our neck nice and straight. So from here, start to walk your shoulder blades in a little bit closer.
And then bring your hands towards your lower back. And maybe here, start to bring those elbows in. Make sure your elbows aren't out wide, but those elbows want to be walking in close to one another. And then you can start to bring one leg up towards the ceiling. Either staying here or slowly start to take the other foot up, meeting it up towards the ceiling. And then you want to start to walk the hands up the back towards those shoulders, and that's going to press those hips forward. So you'll really start to find that vertical line all the way from the feet down towards the back of the neck, down towards your shoulders. Staying here for however long you want. Just letting all of the blood rush down from the feet. You can either keep the legs really active and point the toes, or have a go with just letting the legs be nice and relaxed and the feet nice and relaxed. They don't need to be super pointed. Staying here. Just a couple more breaths. And then from here, we'll walk the hands back down the spine, bring the knees in, and then let those legs go back up overhead. And once they're there, we'll extend the arms out in front to slowly roll all the way back down the spine. All the way onto our backs. Just taking a counter pose of fish, coming up onto our forearms. And then let the head fall behind. Start to slide back so you can take the top of the head down onto the mat. Opening up through the throat, puffing the chest up, press down through those forearms. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Start to tuck the chin, roll onto the back of the head, coming all the way down onto our backs. Now finding our Shavasana with everyone else. Let the feet go out to the corners of the mat, palms facing up, eyes are closed. Just letting go of the breath. You can do a little scan through the body, just checking there's no tension left. Anywhere in the body, let it all go. From here, just start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Gradually building that movement up. Slowly waking the body back up. Taking some nice big deep breaths in and out.
Keeping your eyes closed. Even taking your arms up overhead. A full body stretch. And then in your own time, start to roll onto your side. And then bringing yourself all the way up into that comfortable seated position we found right at the beginning of the class. And then once you're there, bring your palms together at the chest. Namaste.